So here's a good time to kind of update my Stillwater setup. Now, I had a video before about what my Stillwater setup is, and since then I've gone through some changes and whatnot, and so I'm going to go and just kind of go over what my current Stillwater setup is. Now, I keep glancing backwards every so often because the indicator's in the water, but here we go. So currently, I have an 11-foot, 9-inch Hardy 8-on. Now, whatever rod you decide is totally up to you, but a shorter rod does help a ton with the Stillwater game because of the lines. These lines are just down, dirty, big, massive lines built to turn over these indicator setups. And so the line I'm using is actually the Scientific Angler's integrated switch line. On this rod, I have a 584 grain line. That works really, really well with this 11-foot 9. But I also know I could overload this and I could go into the 8-weight version of that line, which I believe it's over 600 grains. And that is a huge line. And this rod would do that no problem. But I do have another setup that I use for extremely windy days in an 8-weight that I pair that line with. And that's really the only reason I have that, is for those crazy windy days. But an 11-foot 7-weight is your jack of all trades for the Stillwater game. I have a 12-foot 6-weight that I love as well, but I really find that the 7-weight is the sweet spot between castability and fightability. There's a nice balance to be struck. Now, my reel, I love this reel. I just got it. This is my Hardy Sovereign. This is a new one that they used to have this reel. They revamped it, put it out. I love a drag on my Stillwater setups, and so that's why I went with this. This is the 9/10 weight version, the biggest size that necessary to be able to, one, accommodate this massive line, and two, balance this rod. Now, I do run an indicator off of this, which is, I'm using an airlock right now, but if you're a fan of the Oros, thingamabobbers, just about any indicator is fine, but I do say go with the largest size so that way you can actually see it. Don't miss those takes. And then I just build off of that with about a 20-pound butt section, 25-pound to a swivel, and then I build off of that with 10-pound fluorocarbon. And I'm using a Seagar right now. The Seagar Red Label is totally fine. It's a lot cheaper than Tippet, does really, really well, and super abrasion resistant. And that's my current Stillwater setup. If you have any other questions, feel free to leave a comment, ask me. Happy to answer as much as I can for you. And remember, whatever setup you get, that's awesome if it works for you. This just happens to be where I'm at right now. All right, tight lines, everyone.